Subway's now slicing their meats fresh. Try a new deli hero from the Subway series and taste the difference for yourself.
The LCS Challengers League is brought to you by Turo, the world's largest car-sharing marketplace. Find your drive. Welcome back, everyone, to LCS Challengers League, the promotion tournament. This match going down right now. Mirage bringing out the hands. We got to see the Kazakhs, man. Chad, let's go, dude. Ravish, how you feeling?
That's what I'm talking about. I was excited when I saw the pick and draft, and I was like, hey, now I know Chad likes his carries, and I know he likes to do his thing. And what better way to do his thing than to bring out the Kazakhs, get constant solos, and be up, I think 5-1 before 20 minutes? This guy was popping off, man.
Now, let's pull up some of the clips to talk over. Beat, I want you to take this point. Do we feel like this is a communication breakdown coming out from Team Ambition? Because there was a lot of points where their engages were a little bit disjointed.
It's tough to say for real. We'd have to talk to them to know. But there were definitely moments where, it seems like they weren't on the same page, the way they were splitting themselves up and getting isolated, quite literally, because of Chad on the Kazakhs. So it's something that is a big concern going into the rest of this series, because when you're playing, especially against Mirage, who are very experienced players, you can't really make these mistakes. They will punish you for them. And it kind of speaks to that experience we were talking about this roster having in Mirage Alliance going into the series. The fact that these players, they've all been here before, several times over. And that isn't true for some members of Team Ambition who are a little bit newer. Kachu is an easy example.
Yeah, and Ravish, the thing about this game, though, it wasn't just an outright stomp. You had moments where Team Ambition were able to fight back and find angles just like you have in this team fight.
Yeah, but I find with those moments, though, it was more so Mirage Alliance kind of overstaying their welcome, overstepping a bit.
Yeah,
exactly, and hubris that we know that Chad especially has a ton of. And these guys are very confident in themselves, and they have every right to be too. But this right here, they were thinking, okay, we could just go on in. They could not stop Snow 2, and then it was bada bing, bada boom, Mr. World wide edge step in the room. But then that fight, once again, didn't really matter because they just won right after. Yeah.
I'm just going to say, this was some of the most disgusting Kazakhs play I think I've ever seen in my life. At the same time, we had Alorum pulling out the Maokai, and it shows you that it's very, very hard to anticipate what this team's going to bring on the Rift Beat.
Yeah, the drafts are definitely unique compared to other teams we've seen in this tournament, in NACL Summer and things like that. But they make them work out really well. Chad found a lot of value early game on this Kazakhs, was able to execute members very easily in a lot of these situations, and it was how, in their way, Mirage were able to get these numbers advantages, because as soon as someone steps out of line, Chad jumps on him. And, Kazakhs 2 items, squishies disappear. They're made of paper, quite literally.
I mean, that chart really tells it all. Even though you had moments of those little dips, the gold never went back over to Team Ambition. It was a Mirage-controlled game. And this is the Mirage we were expecting to come into the promotion tournament. They got 2 more games if they want to face Supernova. And speaking of, I do want to point out that Maokai pick, because I made a little graphic for this in anticipation for the stuff
we're throwing
that
it up.
likes to do. So let's pull that up right now. Whenever you see the Maokai, you never know where it's going to go, man. That's a complete psych moment, and even Chad's
truthfully, we know where it's going to go when we see it at this point. And this graphic even signifies that. It's not a jungler when Mirage is playing it. It is only a top laner.
I miss Maokai top, man. I used to play him a lot. He was like the best safe pick. You had healing in lane. You could put down your little friends. So it was chill, and you can also contribute to your team, bro. And Alorum knows exactly where to be to contribute.
All right. So we need to move on to our Subway halftime refresh game show, which is going to be newly duos. We did go over quite a bit, so we got to speed through this one. Rules of the game are simple. I'm going to ask one of them a question. They're going to write down their answer, and the other has to guess what they answered. Are we ready?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Beat down. You're going to be the one answering. So, first questions first. Out of all the players here, who is your favorite?
All right. I have an answer. Hold on. I'm going to use the pencil. I'm not going to type it.
All right. I mean, you guys live in Canada together. You guys have been around each other all the time. Yeah. You should have the mind link capabilities.
Just because we're Canadian? That's kind of messed up.
That's kind of crazy. What do you mean by
that?
That's
really weird.
I've never seen him in my life.
100 with you, Eric.
I don't know who he looks like.
I'm standing by that.
All
You
right,
got your
fair.
answer?
I do, yeah. Let's see if this
Ravish.
actually worked. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to reveal.
Don't
it.
show yet. Ravish, what is
All
it?
right.
Okay.
I
Hands
think
off.
he picked Chad because that's the Chad pick to do, and Chad did it well. So that's my answer, and Chad's cool.
Show me beatdown.
Show me Chad.
No, it's a black screen. Why won't it work?
Ah, my my
okay,
least
hit me with
He's my favorite player.
no.
Okay, hit me with the answer.
How
Hit
could
me
it
with
be?
My answer was Kachu. Why won't it work though?
Oh,
man,
man.
that sucks. Yeah, it was Kachu.
You know, Chad's a good pick, but why Kachu in particular?
I think it's because Kachu is a player who I remember the first time I watched him was in Champions Cube, not in like any tournament just yet. And I thought he was really good. And I found out he was at the time he'd only been playing for like 5 to 6 months or something along those lines because he started last fall. And I was like, oh wow, this guy's really good. And yeah, I've been kind of keeping an eye ever since. When I found out they won the first qualifier earlier on in the summer, I was like, oh nice, go Kachu, let's go.
All right, our producer's going to help you with some of these answers here so we can have them on the lower third. This is going to make it easier for us. So don't worry, we got to get to the second question. We got to be quick. Who is most likely to be an anime protagonist?
What genre? What genre of anime?
Yeah, shonen, seinen.
Yeah, well, this is
shonen,
very
shonen for
important.
sure. Shonen.
Okay.
A shonen. Let's see. A guy
Hold
who
on.
has.
I
has a
also
big sword.
I need a second also, because I need to like really don't say an answer yet. Don't influence.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You watch anime.
I do watch anime. It's been.
I don't watch enough. That's fair. All right. I have my answer.
Okay.
All right,
All
what
right.
do you think
I
it is,
will
Ravish?
pick someone. I think that the anime protagonist is going to be Sadzi.
And what do we got?
Yeah.
The line link, we are
All right.
together.
It's working.
Why Sudsy? What stands out about him to be in that pro tag spot?
It's definitely his personality. Like,
Yeah,
dude
yeah.
is very
He's so
easygoing. Very.
Actually, yeah, he's a perfect shonen character.
Yeah, like literally, like he is any shonen anime you've ever watched. Like they're very chill, they're very relaxed, they're funny, things like that. And that's the first thing that came to my mind.
I mean, we saw the interview earlier. It was hilarious.
That's what
we
I
got
mean,
one
yeah.
more minute left, so we're gonna flip the page. Who is most likely to be anime antagonist?
Oh,
This is the freest question. I feel like.
yeah.
This is-
I've already
This is a
sent
pretty
the
free
answer.
question.
All right. Can I say it right now? Can I just go?
Yeah,
Go for it.
It's
Go
Chad.
for it.
Exactly, you
has
already
to be
know.
Chad. Yeah,
I shouldn't be asking why. I think our pre-show showed why, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Why Chad in particular?
Because he likes to talk. Like he's not actually exhibiting like real villainous behavior, but like he likes to talk a lot of trash. He's very confident in himself, And when you compare him to other players who, not a lot of players talk trash, we usually have to like encourage them, goad them into doing it. But like you ask Chad, who do you think is a fraud? He's like, oh, Snow 2, easy. Like, you know what I mean? Like he has these thoughts like on lock, and that's the pick.
All right, you know what? That's not too bad. The mind link powers were kind of there. That's 2 out of 3. That's
Pretty good.
66.66 repeating percent. That's kind of a D. I'm sorry, but at least it's passing.
Hey, in
enough.
Canada, it's a C,
yeah. In
Okay,
which I think
okay.
is what matters here.
Okay, there's more Canadians on the desk, so it is passing. You'll have that one. And speaking of passing, I'm going to be passing this over to you guys to take
Nice.
it over to draft for game number 2.
Yay! Game 2. Let's get it. Woo! All right.
Let's go.
Yippee. All right, let's see what they have it on. Just the fake audio screen.
Yeah, exactly.
I never thought that actually worked. I'll be honest, but we can actually talk more about that as all scream for the other picks and bans that we have going on in front of us. With no surprise, TA dealing with blue side and Mirage the side that do not want the Maokai to go over to them. But so far, though, similar bans from TA as we continue on.
Yeah, and the Maokai ban makes sense just because that's definitely a jungle Maokai ban unless Porsche has some deep tech that I'm unaware of.
I doubt it.
And it's something Limo is definitely willing to play. In fact, they're also banning the Sejuani, so a lot of all junglers actually banned out here in this first rotation so far. And I think what we're gonna see is probably the Rel first pick again, since Snow 2 I think was pretty good on the pick, and it's been a high prio for everybody this tournament.
You know what's funny? So I'll make this point after we see the first pick go on for TA. When we see the ban come into, I imagine this should be another jungler.
You think
just
so?
to reduce. I think so. I
They're
think they
gonna
want to
ban
limit.
they're gonna ban Ivern, like.
Yeah, because here's why. Because I asked Lima why he's picking Ivern, and he says it's literally because they banned all the tank junglers, so I have no other option. Like, he's forced into this. But the Kai'Sa ban being taken away, I think this was something that I think Mirage did mention that they do not want Levitate to have at all. Oh. And especially when you can chunk somebody from halfway across the map with AP, I think it's a pretty fair decision.
Yeah.
Instead, the Zeri will be first picked.
Wow, okay. So the high prior on Zeri, it's something Levitate's also pretty comfortable on. Not looking for the Xayah like they did before and leaving that opportunity over to Neo. It's an interesting pivot coming through from Team Ambition. So they must have another idea, maybe want to go towards the Alistar, but it's clear that they are going to continue drafting this more front-to-back type of style, especially when you have Kachu and Levitate playing these carry champions.
Exactly. Last time they played the Zeri was up against Winthrop as well, the series that they...
I thought he was alright.
Yeah, not too bad. It was okay. On the other end, though, like you're saying, just the trade of the Rel, so more engaged options for Mirage. Imagine, yeah, like, Brada should be looking to pick this up too. The biggest question will be as to what else to prioritize going forward into the draft. And the hyper carry being hovered so far. Nope, I'm back to Caitlyn.
Aha, now you got baited.
I got baited.
It's not just me.
Caitlyn
And it will
again.
be the Caitlyn lock-in. I mean, this is fine. It worked for Dio in that last game. They were able to get a lot of play gold early on, a lot of lane pressure, CS lead. And I mean, against Zeri, you have the similar range issue. So at this point now, it's going to be on Team Ambition to play around that bot lane and try to do so like they did before. But something that was up, that was banned away before, is going to be the Olaf there for Porsche. So, going to be looking to try and run at Neo, range or not.
Exactly. I am excited for this, actually, because like we're saying, this is a signature pick for Porsche. He's been very comfortable on the pick. He has carried games on this, and that is Trundle top. That is 100,000% at Trundle top. Talking to Lauren as well, he mentioned he has picks into it, and as a prolific Trundle player myself, look, hold on. Before you were around, all right, look, I literally, when Trundle was top meta, I got him to level 5 mastery by playing him so much as well. When he's played a ton more League of Legends, and because Trundle's ultimate renders Olaf useless. He actually takes like he takes more damage at that point because of how he's sapped of all of his resistances, and plus trading becomes very easy because of the bite and Olaf's low resistances anyways. But we'll talk more about this as we get into the game as we have more bans.
Yeah, and I mean, the quick standout for me as well as the pillar. A good way to deal with Olaf is to create terrain, because during the Ragnarok, you can't run over walls or anything like that. So it's also another thing to shout out. And yeah, we're seeing the Sylas takeaway come through here. With what is showing, it already would have been pretty good. So I think they're trying to remove some of these strong melee options for Kachu. And wow, they're going to double ban him out here. And I'm very sad because I would have loved to see him play the Akali. Again, these are all champs that got buffed on this patch. And I'm wondering if we see Kachu go the melee way in this game. I mean, when you're dealing with comps that outrange you and are trying to poke you down and things like that, best way to do it is just to have ways to run at them. And I think Nautilus is also a perfect way to do that.
And with the Nico also banned away, this signals to me that Kachu might be looking to take the Jace once more. We have seen him on him before. Like you're saying, there is a range option to he can poke from afar. And although not exactly melee, kind of half it, but you know, he's had success with it in his past. All kind of depends on where Neo decides to pick up or what he takes for his team. And okay, that is an Azir locked in for Sudsy. So let me see Jace.
Right, and this time it's going to be Sudsy piloting that one. I mean, this is nice because you have that kind of later game scaling just because Azir is so good once you get past the 2-item mark. And when you're dealing into a comp that's trying to rush at you, I mean, you can shuffle them away. And the initial shuffle won't move Olaf, but it's another way to create terrain to allow yourself to make space from Porsche who's trying to run at you. Oh! Yes! Yes! I've been praying for days like these. I wanted to see the echo from either Sudsy or Kachu. And I keep saying how this guy's champ pool is buffed on this patch, and this one is going to come through. So Echo, I mean, is historically really good into mages, especially once you get to that level 6. And it really fits with this all-in dive that they're trying to go with here.
You know what's so funny?
It's just Nocturne. Wow.
What's so funny
Yeah.
Sudsy spoke about what we were talking
did.
about how he said, I really want to play Echo.
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, and like his team simply won't let him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as I hit my mic, Kachu's and TA is like they're all down for him to play whatever he wants. Kachu just says what the pick, and they're like, "All right, bet, bro, we got you." So just the difference is crazy. And now that he's picking this up, it will be the final pick, Braum, taken from Mirage Alliance. So a bit more security up against the poke, and to actually try to stop all the dive that is there from TA, especially with the Olaf, and of course with the Nocturne as well. Yo, TA have decided it is early game, baby. It's going to be us, and it's on Limu again to accelerate things.
Yeah, so the thing is, when it comes to late game 2, I still kind of lean TA's way because of I echo actually, especially if you're just going full damage and things like that, you will destroy Neo or Sudsy like very, very quickly. And of course, you still have the Zeri, who at 2-3 items is very, very strong. So it's kind of similar for Mirage, especially Neo needing to get a lead in the earlier stages of the game. And I'm curious to see how Limo is going to be able to play around that Kachu as well now that he also has a champion that can roam, that can really set up dives with that parallel convergence. So I think Team Ambition have a pretty solid draft here. I think Mirage Alliance have a solid one as well. And I think for them, it's just going to be about absorbing that initial engage, because if the Olaf running at you, if the Nocturne, the Echo, and the Nautilus, if that first rotation of spells doesn't end up securing a kill, then Mirage, they can actually win these more extended fights. I
am very, very excited to see how this ends up playing out, because we have been so deprived for so long for interesting picks, like for the past year, right? We were like, man, Zeri, Lucian, Nami, just like things that felt stagnant, stale, stuck in place, doing the T-pose for a draft. But here, we finally get some variety, and it makes me excited to watch the game even more.
Yeah, it is going to be an exciting one. I mean, first of all, I just want to say, maybe you guys over on qualifiers haven't had many exciting picks, but I mean, we got some exciting stuff in Challengers League. Nothing Echo-like. I haven't seen this champion for literally years. Like, literally, it's been more than 2 years, and the last time I saw it played was by Sudsy. It was when he was playing for Revival against Maryville University, and he literally 1v9'd. They were down like 7,000 gold. It was some ridiculous stuff. So Kachu being a player who we are very excited about, who I'm very excited about, who's shown that he's very good mechanically and he's still learning a lot in his first year of competitive play. I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do on this champion and see if Team Ambition will be able to bounce back in this series and get themselves a win here in this rematch against Mirage.
I'm excited to see Deathstrokes again. I don't know about you personally.
Oh, really?
I feel like we need to bring it back in just so we can talk to him a bit more.
He's here.
Eric, you're here. I wished upon a star and it came true. How could this be?
I've arrived.
Please let me get $1 million.
Welcome.
I saw the signal outside. You needed me. What happened?
Old signal.
The ball. It's just the bald cat.
All right. You derailed me that fast. That was a good one. That was a good one. So, okay. Take me through this draft because I was taking my restroom break and I see Porsche spicy Olaf already.
That's what stands out to you. Nothing else in this draft. Nothing
else.
else.
The rest of it.
I mean, there's a Trundle. There's an Echo.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at the Olaf. Porsche's playing that. That's a Viking, bro.
God. You guys can do this draft without me, man. I'm done.
Let's get it, Ravish. Let's get it.
I don't want this happening anymore. I'm leaving too. Kids by yourself, bro. Good luck. Ball brother out.
No Viking love?
Okay, fine. Okay. Look, man, Vikings are fine. They're okay. Look, just because you want to be like a big old boy, like
I can't stand this anymore. You guys are doing this terribly. I have to come back. All right, okay. I'm here to save it, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah,
what was the original question? The comps and the draft. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I was saying it towards the end of that timer.
Oh wow, Zeri lock-in. I didn't see that. Wow.
Oh my god. What is wrong with you?
Can I speak, please?
Yeah, go over it.
Yeah, I think the most exciting thing for me, or the most interesting thing, is that Team Ambition, they have this draft where they were already with the first 3 champs showing, having this identity where like, dude, we're going forward. And at this point, they were locked into that. So they picked the Echo, which I think is really cool and a unique way to kind of facilitate what they're going for here. And it should be a good matchup into the Azir. And it's just kind of that setup that I talked about earlier, where Mirage Alliance, they have ways to win this game, particularly early, less so mid to late. And it's in the fact that Neo is playing Caitlyn. You have a lot of lane dominance. You have the ability to snowball early, get prio so you can stack dragons, things like that. But also, there's a lot on Dardoch and Alorum and a little bit on Sudsy to be able to disengage the all-in. If Mirage can live through that first rotation of spells in these mid-late game team fights, then they do have a way to win things out. But if we go like 20, 25 minutes, I'm leaning Team Ambition's way just because this is just a lot of gap closers, man. And it really is going to depend on Kachu as well, because he's going to have to execute on this champion.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I was looking up just now. I was looking up when was the last time that Kachu's actually played Echo, and it's been quite some time, man. This was 2022, back in UPL, basically our days, that he's been playing this. He did get to play it in the spring qualifiers once against Winthrop and did have a good game on it. So only 3 times in his competitive career, at least recorded. That's pretty exciting for me. All of them are wins.
Defeated on the champion. You got to say that's a really good look coming through here. And I mean, we're going to be getting into this game like really soon. You know what, Eric? You asked me what I think. I want to know what you think, please.
I think that's just another day for Alorum, of course.
Yeah, I think that's pretty normal.
There's an Olaf, bro.
You just talked about
You just
Olaf,
so
man.
stuck
Fine,
on
whatever,
this the
man.
entire
You don't
time.
understand
Oh my
how
God.
much I love Olaf players. I get hyped up on Quacker. I get hyped up on Faisal. Why not?
Fair.
Why can't I just be excited about Olaf
All
players?
right, so I'm letting you.
That's
I'm giving you the
fine.
space to discuss it.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I mean-
you have 30
I mean-
seconds.
Yeah.
So what happens is you press R, you get really angry, and you just chop at them. And it's this like insane mechanic of right clicking that has never been done before in League of Legends. You're always pressing all these other skills. I almost dropped my water right now. And all these like skill shots and stuff. What happened to just the art of the right click? Olaf brings that back, man. Brings that back.
The art of the right click. We're just going to forget 80 carries exist, right? No?
No, they're ranged though. You gotta. It's much more difficult when you're on Olaf, but game's ready. I'm out of here.
Thank God that's over, man. Ravish, it's just you and me again, man.
All right, we did it. Thank
We're
God.
back.
You can stop talking about the stupid Olaf, bro. But one pick, as we talk about the entire time, has been, of course, Kachu's Echo, and we did get to hear from him on how he feels about the meta and how it benefits him.
Yeah, I think so, honestly, because those champions I've been playing for a lot, and I've climbed really high with them too. So I think draft-wise, it might not help, but when we get to stage, I'm pretty sure. I'm definitely like 100% sure that it will help.
Okay. See? And it's helping so far here, Beat, because just how he has managed to just pick these things very confidently and do his thing. Remember, go ahead and let us know in chat if you are TA or Mirage favorite. Seems like there are a decent amount of TA fans in chat, but hey, Mirage Alliance homies, type in MIR if you want to.
Yeah, the first couple days of the tournament, I was like, right. MIR is a team code, and not a jungle.
And not a player.
In NACL. Yeah, exactly. And all right, so we're starting things off. I mean, you got that really exciting pick. A lot of eyes for me are going to be in the mid lane there for Kachu. Again, you're playing the Echo. Last time this was seen in NACL was actually in 2021.
Oh my God.
I want to say Summer Proving Grounds there.
Yeah.
By Shornfire. And it was Echo Jungle, to be fair. And, he didn't win, but he tried. And I respect that.
I mean, trying is nice, but I only respect the winner.
Oh, wow, I'm so glad you said that, because Ablaze Olive played it in 2020, and he won.
It's a setup for the Nuggets.
Did you do that on purpose, or did it just work out like
100%
that?
on purpose, yeah.
Nice, respect.
All right.
But anyways, this game. This is game 2, of course, of the series. Big deal here for Mirage to get that first blow, and Team Ambition are answering back with something a little different. I mean, we've seen the Yasuo already from Kachu being that more melee specialist that we recognize. So now it's the Echo, which is a really unique one. Again, he is going to be doing a lot of diving, and it's going to be how he's going to be able to pressure people like Sudsy and Neo, both in and out of the laning phase, and that's especially what I'm keeping my eye on.
Yeah. For now, though, we'll just get a couple seconds to ourselves. We're seeing the constantly being pushed in. Kachu naturally. It's early on, though. He's gonna be able to match Sudsy, but with Sudsy being pushed this far back, goes out of mana here too. But so should be able to stay safe in lane and should not be under as much of a kill threat as there was last time, right? Because I was gonna say Kachu was almost dead last time we saw him in game 1, but this time at least, you know, he's been able to breathe a bit. Pretty happy for him. And Neo also takes a pretty early back as well. Well done.
Yeah, I like it. Backs for the cull. Oh, he's probably fine. Never mind.
He's fine. Yeah,
it's chill.
he's big Braum boy. So he gets to put out the shield and just maintain his own safety. But Kachu also out of mana, so cannot continue to harass them any longer as well. At some point, what I would like to do is I would like you to give me 10 seconds or like 20 seconds to just talk about Trundle Olaf.
Okay, before you do that, I want to bring back the point you said about Neo going for that cheater recall. I do want to credit him because since the wave timers changed for the side lanes, that's actually really hard to do. So the fact that he was able to do so and he still is maintaining his even CS, and the fact that he's farming a wave means he's about to get even, I think is a pretty nice thing. And now he'll have that call for that extra spike control. And I like that we're seeing these support roams come through, a Snow 2 in particular. The fact that he's playing this Nautilus, it isn't just going to be about the lane, it's about how he's going to be able to sync up with Limo. And we kind of highlighted that already, being the player who stepped up vocally since their loss against Winthrop. And the fact that Kachu says Snow 2's been able to really sync up well with Limo since joining the team.
Because Snow as well has been, you know, he's naturally a bit hesitant about this game because we did speak about early in the draft about how him and Sudsy and Leviton are all friends, right? So like he would feel bad about sending Sudsy down and out of the tournament, but as Sudsy even mentioned early on in the interview.
He says he'll do it, and he's confident. He's like, hey man, I'll feel bad, but I'm taking you out of this tournament. So I love the banter, and I love it when players in this tournament, you know, they're friends with each other, especially when, you know, when you're in high elo in these games, you see a lot of the same people. So the fact that you can maintain these friendships while also being competitors is a big thing. And this is the Roma I was talking about here. Kachu doesn't have the ult, but the fact that he is looking, keep an eye on him to continue doing so.
Should be fun. We could really get a stun back, not managing to get on the shield, just barely getting some of the extra health, but they're pushing on forward. They missed the hook. Kachu dodges out with the flash, but it's Levitate who gets caught in first blood on Neo.
Wow, that's a really nice response coming through from Mirage Alliance. I mean, having that understanding that Kachu is going to be looking for these roams and punishing it is such a big deal here for the fact that Mirage, like we were saying, need to be getting ahead of the curve here, and getting more kills is exactly how you do that.
Indeed. One for Sudsy, one for Neo. Love that for their scalers, and now even some plates being given over to Neo as well. We've been talking about this game a lot in draft here, baby. We've been saying, we need to see Neo get up ahead early, get them prioritizing dragons, and beat the timer allegations, and they're doing all of that.
That's right. I mean, you can see it. He's up a couple waves now in CS. He's already picked up 2 turret plays. So this Caitlyn is already beginning to be accelerated, and Mirage Alliance, of course, with that perma pressure, pick up this first Drake, and they are well on track to a Game 2 win here.
Man, good stuff so far from Mirage, like we said consistently. Early game dominance seems to be their bread and butter. And for now, the dragon to their favor, their first dragon of the entire series, mind you, as you know, that they denied all 3 of those in the last game. For TA, currently. They gotta find other ways to get back into the game. And previously it was Limo, but spotted on early. Not able to find anything just yet. He does have 6 though, so will be a point of contention to watch out for as he goes on the map, finding opportunities.
Yeah, he found a lot of good opportunities with those first couple paranoias, and I like that adaptation from Mirage. You can see how well they are adapting to Limo and having a better idea of like, okay, you know, this is probably not a good timer for me. Let me ward this crush. Let me play safe so that he doesn't find that instant value coming through here. So Team Ambition, they really haven't had an answer for the 2 kills that have gone on in this early game, especially considering it was off a play they wanted to start with Kachu finding the roam. And speaking of, he is level 6 now.
Yeah.
And why does it look like he doesn't have an ultimate? He's level
That
7.
might just be.
Can we
Ezreal
camera
bug.
mid? I need to know if that's a bug or not.
I think it's a bug. Yeah.
All I need to see is like, you know, his little shadow, and like it's
Yeah.
fine, because now that he'll have that ultimate there, the Chrono Break, it does mean he's going to be able to go for more aggressive plays, really dangerous dives, if you will. And oh my god, he
didn't take ultimate.
didn't take ultimate. He still does it. This could be Echo Tech, but
Okay. I mean, yeah, maybe so. If there are any Echo mains out there, go ahead, tweet at us, let us know. That's what he's doing. Maybe he's maxing Q first, maybe maxing E first, I don't know. Just for the extra safety. For now, he was in the area. Smite goes in. They'll look to deny the eye. There's the paranoia we're talking about. But it is Sudsy who's caught in the corner. They get a big stun, lots of damage. Limo might be done, so that's a Lorem clubbing away. Smack, and Chrono Break comes out right on time to save Kachu's life.
but it's tough. Dardoch, he can look for more. He is level 6. He has the ultimate. They may not even need it.
Yep. And there's the auto stack in, and another club on top of Kachu.
And this is just disaster for Team Ambition. They tried for something a little different with this draft, and so far, Kachu hasn't been able to make anything happen with it yet. Mirage Alliance really understanding well how they need to be dealing with this thing too. And it's tough because they get the Herald as Team Ambition, but the damage just isn't coming through here. And the fact that you're not really auto-attacking as the Olaf, the fact that Mirage Alliance are able to just get more damage off in this skirmish, it doesn't matter that Snow 2 is here first, because by the time it even matters, Dardoch is here.
I believe I'm being told that we don't need to. It's not necessary actually to actually level R on Echo until you need it, because the trail that comes out, right? So thank you very much to our wonderful producers for letting us know. And also Grapes also bringing out the actual Echo Tech on Kachu. Subbing into. Look at that. So Kachu's just an Echo aficionado, and he's showing that clearly in front of him.
And right now, it doesn't seem like it is enough, though, Vish, because Mirage Alliance, they're up 2,700 gold. Yeah. And it is, this is tough. We said they needed to get ahead of the curve, and they're doing just that. The fact is, Team Ambition don't really have a leg to stand on at the moment. A lot of it's going to be them catching up with this Herald that Limo was able to pick up in that last skirmish. The fact that once he gets Paranoia back up, he could look to set up a play, hopefully snowball that into multiple turret plays. But at the moment, it's not looking good.
No, it's not. But this may also not be as great. Sudsy using the ultimate.
There it
They still
is.
have flash and
There you go.
cannot get out. A bit too far in the lane, and finally something given over to TA.
Yeah, and even Porsche has roamed down the river just to make sure nothing too dicey ends up coming through here. Okay, we're scrapping.
One Murado stopped.
Oh, is he dead?
Oh, the flash saves him. Barely survived. But Chad is keeping Kachu here. It doesn't do any damage, bro. I'm gonna say, Chad, you're gonna die, brother.
Okay, so big thing here.
What's that?
They did manage to live on the side of Levitate and Snow 2, but they are losing a lot of these turret plays. Even with the Herald dropping mid, I don't think you're going to get first break. So it's good that Limo is here. He's going to have to do a lot of the work on this play with Kachu.
Yeah, no paranoia here either, too, but it is a 3v2. Dardoch should be the sacrificial lamb, unless he gets out the hook back onto Neo. And then no
Wow.
subs, but here comes Chad trying to get one back if he can, but he does no damage. And he instead of gives up his life. Sudsy, come on, Sudsy.
He doesn't have ult.
It's on you. Yeah, like you're saying, but maybe to get one back at least. He stopped his CC, that's one. And his soldier's doing some work, though. They cannot continue forward. He does not know where Limo is either.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure Snow 2 knows that someone is going to die, so he just offers himself up as that sacrificial lamb. But that's a really huge play coming through here. The fact that Levitate was also able to get one of these kills is so nice. They committed the teleport. They threw all the stops because Team Ambition knew they needed to get themselves back into this. So they do it. The fact is, this dive is successful, which is so important, and Chad was too late to the play. In fact, he ends up giving up his own life in the process as well. Much needed gold here for the side of Ambition.
It was a bit of a confidence play from Chad, and I don't hear from a lot of his team is that Chad is the most confident probably person on the team in himself. no matter what is happening, he's saying, guys, we should definitely go for this. And sometimes they're correct, and sometimes they leave. And they decided this probably isn't gonna happen. But no matter what, though, you know, I do respect that out of him, because then it can lead to unfortunate plays like that, or him 1v fine at any point in the game. But this might not be as conducive. He's just dead. Bye.
So that's a pretty big shutdown coming through here. I still want to point out, first brick did go over to Sudsy in that bottom side. They've rotated Neo mid to try and pick up whatever plates they could get before the plates drop. And Mirage still maintain a pretty solid gold lead coming through here, even though Team Ambition are the ones playing catch up with some of these plays that they've made. We said Mirage need to be ahead of the curve. We can see at the total gold that Neo and Sudsy are at the top. That's who needs to be there. They just need to keep this up and make sure the TA aren't able to catch up.
You get the stun back onto Koch, who still has his ultimate if he needs it. But it seems as though that they know he has escape options. It will stop chasing forward at least. Meanwhile, in mid lane, Snow 2, Levitate, Neo battling it out 2v2. One more auto onto Snow 2 could do it, but no more stacks on top of him. With Limo around, Neo and Dardoch know they got to stay a bit safer.
Things are slowing down right now. This is a better... Oh, wow. This is
Ultimate
ambitious.
committed. Oh, okay, now that's nice. Yeah, they found the angle.
I mean, this is why you pick Braum into Nautilus. When you get hooked in, you can use that Unbreakable and absorb a lot of the damage. Snow 2, he's been finding a lot of good engages this series, but there have also been some of these moments, and this is tough when you find yourselves back down staring the barrel of a 2,500 gold lead that's gone up to 3,000. All this pressure means that Mirage are able to get the second Herald, and they're just going to continue snowballing. So even though the start of this in some ways looked a little better for TA, it's just looking like the same old song and dance.
And as game one, Neo is isolated. Sudsy is dead, and I was thinking they might be able to find more. And nice take by Levitate. As they denied the repair, could probably take it for themselves as well.
And as long as they secure this would be really nice for them here, because they should be able to use that, knock down that mid-tier 1. And there's that option for Limo to hold it until this next dragon comes up. Because Mirage Alliance, they got the first 2 Drakes as we expected, that bottom prio from Neo. And the Mountain Soul is going to be a really big deal for them in this game. So if they're able to drop the Herald mid, get that first look at the Drake and take it, you can kind of slow down that win con here and catch up back to the game.
And that right there too was that finding the angle to go back in for the play. Lima talked about trying to look for more higher percentage plays and translate their leads as well too. And they had just a small window. After losing Snow 2, they were like, you know what? They're kind of low. We can find something. Lima pulls the trigger. Snow 2 follows up. And even Levitate managed to find an angle there too. So this right here, TA, this is what they worked a lot on after the loss against Winthrop. This is what they had a lot of talks about for the team, just going on and back and forth. Like, boys, we need to translate and looking for more. And this is exactly how to stay in the game. Although only still down about 2K yet. But at least stopping from that lead, pushing on even further, because we're looking at almost 3K for 15 minutes. That could have been detrimental to the side of TA.
And that next step for TA, again, holding on to that Herald, dropping it mid to get yourself set up for the next Drake. You don't want that Mountain Soul point to come through. If you get the Soul, you get those 2 Mountain Drakes on top of the shield, your team just gets that much tankier. It gets harder for Team Ambition to look for the burst that they are trying to get with that initial combo they're sporting, especially with Limo and Kachu. But keep an eye on Limo to do exactly that, get his team set up for this next objective fight. And right now, things have quieted down quite a bit. At this point, we're a minute out. You don't really want to blow any ultimates unless you think you have a guaranteed kill on someone like Neo or Sudsy, or you're able to get their flash before a team fight. But other than that, I think everybody's just going to chill out and try and get the best setup they can.
Yeah, we have about a minute until the dragon fight, right? So like you're saying, setting up around there.
Braum, don't do it.
Wards. Yeah, I was gonna say, are you sure about that? And they are not. So Limo has the flash as well. So speaking of flashes, that's one that we weren't expecting to lose within the next minute.
I mean, yeah, this is something both teams want to do, so it's perfectly fine for Mirage Alliance to get that one out. You still have the threat of Limo jumping in on you, so that's something that Mirage Alliance are going to have to be careful of. You see the Herald come through. Kachu has this bottom push coming through. So TA do have the fast track to this next break. It is imperative that they do secure it though. Remember, Team Ambition's comp in these team fights, it is about that all-in, trying to pick up that first kill. If they can't do so, then Mirage in the extended fight should come out on top.
Turret taken for Kachu in the bot lane. Managed to find some priority there too. Should be able to roam up to the dragon like you're saying, and it's up in right now. All ultimates out, flashes up pretty much on almost all sides. This should be a blowout. Kachu looking for the angle in. They all walk in,
Nice
a big
ult.
magnet storm, and the bounce back as well. Kachu's the first target, but look at Porsche coming around. He puts out the ultimate. The Ragnarok is in, but it should be almost dead. The damage is crazy, and Sudsy gets out alive. He's looking for the side. A triple kill for Sudsy with the flash. What?
And that was the best look Team Ambition we're going to get in this second game. Now Mirage Alliance get a clean ace over TA. They're going to get their soul point, and they're looking like they might put this game to bed here and get themselves at match point in this best of 5. Team Ambition in an awful situation now.
Dude, I just want to know how that all broke down, because look, if you look at it, right, we see, look, they're starting it up, fast and Magnet Storm, but then what goes on after?
It's the lack of the flash on Limo, and the fact that he gets caught out before he can hit that second proc on the Paranoia. He's got a third of his health, so of course he is going to die. We saw good looks there. Kachu was able to offer a lot of pressure. Porsche was able to do the same, but you called it out in draft. And getting hit with that subjugate there makes you squishier and easier to kill. So it just ends up being a really nice punish coming through from Mirage, who got that flash out before the fight. And looking at the subway damage dealt last team fight, everyone was doing their part.
Exactly. It's want to give it also another shout out to Allure as well, because like you're saying, this is a subjugate that sapped away all of Porsche's stats.
Yeah.
But then he also then held back 2 more people. Like, he was clubbed away, bro. He was doing work. So those early kills that he got, so for Allure, have managed to make sure that he finds a way into the game. And for Lorem too, right? We talk about him as like a gatekeeper, like just the guy who's like kind of old man. 1, he's not even the oldest guy on his team right now, which is crazy. He's older than him. And 2, he still has aspirations to be able to go back and play again too. And he talking to them as well. I think you can quantify that. They say that their at least should be in NACL, right? And this team has done a lot, and they're looking to do more here. But the catch out on Dardock, a lot of damage being put down in between the 2 of them. This fight is in between 2 different angles, but Neo gets the pre-fire from the side with Sudsy, so it's a 1-for-1.
Man, you were hoping for the 1-for-nothing coming through here. There could have been the angle to go ahead and start the Baron, but still, you get a kill, force a play. But we're actually seeing the teleport come through here from Lorem, maybe to make sure that the Herald, or rather the Baron, doesn't get started anyway. But this is still a really tough spot here for Team Ambition. This tier 2 is under threat. That's why you see Sudsy teleport to try and clear out this wave. They don't want to bleed any more gold.
I don't know about that hooks now. I'll be honest. That was a bit, high percentage, low reward though, unfortunately, as you lost half your health. And now they have an opportunity to possibly chunk you down. Yeah, he's got to run. But he's not going nowhere, unfortunately. Sayonara.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And as Nautilus, you want to go in, and you're okay going in and dying if you set up the fight. But if you're in there, your team's not with you. You are not a very tanky champion, unfortunately. So that's going to give Mirage Alliance the opener to go ahead and get the Baron. What could have been TA's saving grace could be the nail in the coffin for them instead, as they tried to go for the steal.
Baron is low, they're going in. As Smite taken by Chad as a fight that was in the middle of the pits. Look at Alorem going in. Smack, smack, smackety smack. On top of you, the Troll King maintains his dominance inside of the pits. And that's 4 dead. Again, 3.
And it is still such a tremendous win here for Mirage Alliance. Like, now they have the Turo Baron buff in their hands, and this gold lead is ballooned up to 7,000. The fact is, they have enough sieging power to end the game in the next couple of minutes here. And again, they are already 1 up. This would be putting themselves at match point here to get themselves that win against, or rather that game against Supernova tomorrow for the last spot for NACL Spring next year.
Indeed, and this entire team wants to be at NACL. They know they're all at NACL level. Like, the fact that the history speaks for itself. Their Leaguepedia is longer than my height is, Nate. So feel like
Hey, just call yourself out, sure.
I might as well. It's they've got a lot going for them to look back at this fight.
Yeah, Team Ambition, I mean, I respect the angle, but this is so hard since you had the number disadvantage, the gold disadvantage, and you were really banking everything, perhaps this entire game, on that 50-50, which unfortunately Limo wasn't able to win out. And now the Soul is coming through here for Mirage Alliance, and that's really just going to be it if Mirage are able to get that one. Team Ambition are somehow going to have to deny that big objective over from their opponents.
Man, is there a, like, besides just like denying objectives and so on, are there any pathways for TA to get back in this game? Because they're down so much, like near the point of no return of 10k gold lead. Like, I don't know what else they do.
You want the Cope answer?
Yes, give me the Cope answer, please. You
All
know I'm a
right.
Coper.
That's true. So Mirage Alliance, this Mountain Dragon Soul probably going to go through no matter what.
Sure.
You win a Flip It Elder. That's literally the only way
All
at
right.
this point. It's a non-zero chance. The chances are low. We saw TA in that last game from a similar position get some pretty decent team fights in their favor. Fortunately, Limo and Snow were able to come up big, and they're going to have to do so again if they even want to ghost of a chance at winning game 2.
I like the Cope. I'll take it all for what it's worth. But it seems very much over right now for TA.
There's no Rel, there's no Aatrox. You definitely feel a lot better about trying to end the game right now. Mirage, they could just put this to bed.
They're doing that. That's the paranoia. Alpha Snowfield's already dead. A nice kill back for Levity. Can he get more? There's a question. What's he gonna run away? He's poking away one by the other, but he can't do nothing. They're all paper mache. They all crack like flies, and down they go. The Swatters, that our Mirage Alliance, squash them under their hands and look to take game number 2 as soon as they're done chasing down Limo on the other end of the map. Chad. Nexus, please. Chad the Nexus? Thank you.
I mean, they have this one locked out. You can have a little fun, play for content. The waves are coming through here, and there it is. Despite Team Ambition's best efforts, they've lost 2 inhibitors, another Nexus turret, and even though Mirage can't end the game right now, they're going to be able to pretty easily go collect that Mountain Soul, which means, and one more fight is all it is going to take.
Yeah. So, I was going to say, Dune is a really good movie.
Unless you say Across the Spider-Verse, I don't want to hear it because Team Ambition, they're going to try and stop the Soul.
They need something.
They got to do something.
But this seems like a canon event here, B-Town. This canon event is not stopping at all. I respected the play, though. Rukachu, he had an opportunity, but it seems as though it's all on the cards. And I don't know if TA is going to make their own destiny here. It's all but over. As they've got to just walk into their base. Take the game. Oh, okay. Of course, it's dead. And we shall slowly walk our way in. Take the final inhibitor and the final tower, too. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and this is why I like the response from Alora with the Trundle into the Olaf. The fact that you're able to make that terrain, he can't run away, and it's so difficult for Porsche to escape these situations, even with his ult. So it's triple inhibs. We're having a little fun, but it's going to be all she wrote. Mirage Alliance up to match point.
The qualification on the lines. They're looking to go up to NACL, where all the players want to be.
Penta?
And maybe crush the dreams of Team Ambition. Subsy might be staying true to his words, but it needs one more game to do it.
That's right, and with that, Team Ambition, they're down 0-2 now. This is the last life. We are in that lower bracket. They need to change something quickly if they're going to be able to overcome Mirage Alliance, who we thought were going to be winning the upper bracket, which is, even though things change, Mirage are showing us why we had that faith in them so far, and they are one game away from facing Supernova tomorrow to qualify.
Indeed, they are for now, though. Things do look a little bit tough for them, but I do, of course, have the hopes for Mirage Alliance, of course, just to make sure to see if they can try to possibly bring it back. But it seems, for TH try to possibly bring it back, but it does seem tough as of right now. I do, want to make sure to give a big shout out, of course, to Turo, of course, for helping sponsor the Challenge League. The The NACL Challengers League is brought to you by Turo, the world's largest car sharing marketplace where you can book any car you want for just about any occasion. Forget about rental cars at Turo.com. We'll see you back in a bit.
Subway refreshed their ingredients, their menu, and now they're slicing their meats fresh. That's why their new Subway Series subs are preferred by this champ.
And this future champ.
Pros who are talking heads prefer fresh sliced turkey.
And pros who use their heads prefer fresh sliced ham.
More deli meats are preferred by this QB.
And preferred by his old backup QB.
And if we prefer it, we know you'll prefer it too. Is this slice as good as your tennis slice?
I can't answer that, but yes.